Hi, comic book fans, and welcome to another suddenlycomics.com video. It's another of our shortish ones while I'm away on holiday. And today we are talking about comics that are linked to films. Of course, there's a whole load of them. We showed some really good ones and some pretty obscure ones on Alan's channel. Alan picking ones which have got females that he likes in. And me picking Boris Karloff. Right. Okay. So, Alan, what is your first movie-related comic?
So this is actually a movie franchise,
Oh,
and it's one that they made a whole bunch of movies on. It is
oh
Transformers.
yes. Yeah, very good.
I actually liked the first Transformer movie again because there was a hot girl in it, but as they went along, I kind of like found them a little bit epileptic. Uh, how the transformations, it's just so much happening really, really fast that it almost feels like they should have one of those warnings, like
Yeah.
you might start rolling on the ground and having like fits. It's just, I don't know. Hit or miss for me. Okay, so but I actually do like Transformers. I actually like the original TV series for Transformers. Um, and yeah, so I like the first Transformer movie.
Yeah, I have
That's
to.
what actually inspired me to buy this book. I bought this raw and got it graded actually.
Okay, so this is one of the things that completely passed me by, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I was too old for the Transformers TV series.
Mm-hmm.
It was finished by the time I'd had kids, so I didn't watch it when the kids were around.
Mm-hmm.
Never watched any of the movies. So the Transformers, if you have to be, you have these. We've got a program in the UK called "I Have Never Watched Star Wars," where famous people come on and say things they've never done. That
Yeah, yeah,
most people have done, like I've never eaten an egg, or. So one of
yeah, yeah.
mine is I haven't got I've never watched Transformers. Um,
Your life is probably not much worse for having.
I have accidentally picked up Transformers comics in the past, but
Okay.
I haven't read them. So neither have I ever owned a Transformers model.
I
Uh,
like the Transformer. I just like the idea of it. Oh, it's a robot? No, it's a plane.
yeah, there's a guy in the UK, Peter Triple G. You've probably seen him. He loves his
Yeah, yeah.
models. Anyway,
They're fun. They're fun.
okay, I'm going to start off with one where the movie has not yet come out, but it is scheduled. And that is Dragon's Lair. Now, Dragon's Lair,
Oh, nice. So
Dragon,
you picked this up. We were talking about this book before.
we were. Dragon's Lair was when I was my last year at university. Okay, video games at that time were as sophisticated as Frogger and Caterpillar and Pong.
Mm-hmm.
Then came along Dragon's Lair, which sort of broke the mold. We got fantastic sort of Don Bluth cartoon work on this sort of laser discs type video game. Appeared in the
Mm-hmm.
University Students' Union in my last year. It was completely impossible. I don't
I
know,
hated the game. I hated it,
I don't
actually.
know how much money that thing took in the Students' Union in 1983, but no, I never saw anybody get past about stage two.
Yeah, I couldn't get very far in it. And the graphics were amazing,
Yeah, they were, but you never
but
saw.
you die so quickly that it's like, well, that sucked.
Yeah. Anyway, this is a bit of a cult classic.
Mm-hmm.
2003, this is from 2003. Don Bluth himself set up a little comic publishing company in order to CGE, in order to produce a Dragon's Lair comic. And it's really quite good. The artwork in it is excellent. And it's all
Mm-hmm.
about Dirk the Dauntless, something like that,
Something
uh,
like that.
Viking guy. Um, anyway, the print run was because he was an independent publication, pretty low. Now, what's
Mm-hmm.
happened is that Ryan Reynolds has been signed up to do a live action Dragon's Lair film for Netflix. So these things in raw grade are selling between 40 and $80.
Yeah, or more. I've
Oh,
seen them around 100.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, in raw, never mind grade.
Yeah, and raw. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I got mine cheaper because I was like kind of ahead of the curve. But
Now, I did a bit of a warehouse find of these at an
oh,
auction.
nice.
So I've got it now. When I opened it up and went through them, uh,
Hmm.
I found this. Now, I don't know if you can see there, Alan, but
Okay,
the top
what's
color
going
is
on? The different thing at the top. Yeah,
blue instead of red. Okay, can you see that one's red?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course.
And
What?
the other eight copies I've got of this are red. And every
Okay.
single one that I've found on eBay or anywhere is red.
Mhm.
I
Is
cannot.
that maybe a second print or
No,
something?
no,
Or
that was my initial thought. It's a second print, but no, it says inside first print. So I think this is a print error,
wow,
and
that is very cool.
I cannot find another single one anywhere that's got this
Hmm.
blue, got this.
Yeah, my copy's red as well.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. So I think this is a very rare print error on a
I
very.
mean, I think the print run is like maybe 5,000 or something
Yeah,
like that. It's like really low.
yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah. So I think that could be a one-off.
yeah. I mean, that's really cool. Really, really cool. So yeah, maybe that's worth like $1 million.
Yeah, could be. Do you want to swap it for your Wonder Woman first one?
No, it's okay. It's okay. But that's a nice book. I think that's really I like those kind of one-off things. Those are interesting. Okay, my next book. Um, I'm not sure if you've seen this movie. You might not know this movie, but it was an interesting movie.
Okay.
Um, is 30 Days of Night,
Oh, I have seen it. Yeah, it's a horror movie. Yeah,
horror movie, and the idea is it's like up north
yeah, it's in the.
where you go, basically you get darkness sometimes. Like it's just like,
Yeah, it's all dark.
if you're far enough north, there's very little
Oh, it's
light,
like dusk. It's like permanent dusk type of thing.
permanent dusk kind of thing. Yeah. So the vampires can only come out at night. Well, in this case, it's 30 days of night. So
Yeah,
basically they're out all the time. and and it's just like this group of people trying to survive that
yeah,
situation.
yeah. That's a
Which,
cool cover, by the way. I like that.
yeah, actually I got this so cheap. This is a pretty pricey book, even in a 9.6. Um, I got it from a Instagram claim sale. I paid $100 for it.
That sounds a pretty good deal to me.
They go for about 300 in this
Yeah,
grade.
yeah, yeah.
I was like, I kept on asking the guy, "Are you sure? Sure it's a because if it's a second print, it's like a little bit less." So I was like, "Are you sure it's the first print? Are you sure?" I kept asking. I'm like, I got him to send photos, and but I was pretty excited to get it. I actually enjoyed the film.
No,
Uh,
I liked
I,
it.
I like the idea of it's just a cool idea, right?
It is, and it was
Because
well
like
made.
what?
It was well made. I thought.
Yeah, yeah. So the idea that one weakness of vampires is the dark, is the daylight,
Yeah,
and just that idea of wow, they get 30 days of going
nice.
full out. It's pretty awesome. So I kind of like the story. So 30 Days of Night.
Okay, and the next one I've got little known film, Alan, a bit like a couple of the others I've shown. It's called. You might have heard of it. It's called Star Wars.
No, I never heard of it.
No, okay. So there is a franchise. This is from one of the later ones. This is
Mhm.
Star Wars: Force Awakens.
And that what's his name?
It's Finn. So,
Finn. Yeah,
Finn.
Finn.
So this is a 1 in 25 variant of Finn. I quite like the cover. I didn't like the film very much. Uh,
No.
yeah, they went downhill after the first couple, Alan.
Yeah, yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, but I quite like this cover with the lightsaber coming up through the middle. So yeah,
Hmm.
that's yeah, and yeah, one of the biggest film franchises ever,
Yeah, yeah, it is sad that it is and was.
which they're completely obliterating.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's amazing how they can do that. But yeah, actually, I didn't like Finn as a character. Like he just,
They
I
didn't.
don't know. I'm not a big
I,
fan of the actor.
I think the act is fine. I think there
Oh,
was more problems than the acting. For me, it's the directing and
I don't know. I find him kind of boring. I don't know. Like he's been in other things, and I've watched, and I always found him boring. I don't know why. I just
Right.
not a fan of the actor.
Okay, so I can't sell you this 1 in 25 Finn variant then.
No, no, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, do you have the Rose first appearance too? That's another great um, Star Wars character, Rose, whatever her name is, Rose.
Oh, no, I don't.
Yeah, yeah, I have that actually.
Yes, there you go.
It's still worth about $5.
Is it?
Um,
Yeah,
but okay, so
this is worth about $5 as well, even though it's a 1 in 25 variant.
that's pretty sad. That shows you something. Okay, so the last book that I'm going to show is another movie that like I have a tendency of showing movies that people either didn't like or weren't accepted, whatever. I liked this movie. I thought it was cool. I especially liked the character Magic, who's in it. It's the New Mutants.
Okay, yeah.
I actually enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed the movie, and I liked the girl that plays Magic. She was also the one that plays the Queen's Gambit.
Now, I don't think I've seen this film. When did it come out?
A few years back. It one of those movies that got kind of destroyed by the COVID situation. It kind of was meant to be released like six
Okay.
years ago. It just kept on getting delayed.
Oh, that's why I haven't picked it up.
Yeah, it was a bit of a mess because of that. But it was actually okay. It was a okay film. And the whole idea of the film is there's this character here, I believe it's her, that basically whatever she imagines comes to life.
Yeah, okay.
And she doesn't know that about herself. So you have this kind of girl that has like nightmares and stuff like that. And because she's having these nightmares, they come to life, and it's like just wreaking havoc on everything. So
That's a storyline that's been done before. So there's one of the first graphic novels from Marvel is called The Aladdin Effect. And that's exactly the storyline. So there's a girl who dreams things and they come to life.
They come to life. Okay, that's same idea then.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's the most original idea, but I liked it. I thought it was interesting. But I really do like the actress that plays. Well, in this case, it was Magic.
Yeah.
And she was in Queen's Gambit. She's in a lot of stuff. She's really great actress.
Queen's Gambit.
What?
Queen's Gambit's a good film.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So she's a really great actress, and she in it. She's like kind of like something is it Ileana Rasputin, or that's Magic's
Yeah,
whatever.
real name, yeah.
And she's just like sort of bitchy. Just like she's really cool. Like, it's one of those things where, she's kind of mean and kind of grumpy, but you kind of like her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, so I enjoyed that movie. Maybe not the best movie ever, but it was a popcorn flick for me.
Right, Alan, you're gonna have to guess. I'm gonna get you to try and guess who this is. So
okay.
This is a comedy team.
Okay.
Who went for 48 years.
Okay, Laurel and Hardy.
No, they made 190 short films, 6 feature films, numerous television appearances, and numerous.
Abbott and Costello?
No, there's 3 of them, so you must get it.
Oh, Larry, Moe, and Curly. 3 Stooges, yes.
Okay. So these guys, their longevity is phenomenal. I hadn't quite realized how long they'd been going, how long they went on for, but I suppose you can tell here because this is 1960 and this guy looks like he's about 60, 70. So yeah, they were a vaudeville act, back in the 1920s. And then just when the silent movies came along, they sort of started doing shorts, and they managed to transition from the silent age to the talkies, and that kept going for ages. I think this guy here, he's a replacement, isn't he? I don't think the guy in the middle here was not one of the original ones.
He doesn't look like the same guy, but I'm not sure.
I think they replaced him. I think he's called Curly Moe. Yeah, Curly Joe.
I think Curly's the bald-headed guy.
Right, and this is called. Is okay. So that is Curly.
That's Curly. Yeah,
Yeah. Larry, Moe, and Curly Joe. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So
But I just, believe it or not, I just watched one of their movies recently.
really?
That's so weird. Yeah, like within the last week.
Was it any
It
good?
was some court one. It was like, them in
Oh,
court
there's a
and
famous. That's a famous one. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
That's in the public domain. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's really weird.
Yeah, but I quite like watching some of these. I occasionally watched a bit of Laurel and Hardy, and they're really funny.
Yeah, no, it's a different type of humor. It's actually, it
It's
is what it
slapstick,
is.
it's slaps. It's old
It
wood
is slapstick. Yeah, yeah,
humor. Yeah, I watched the Laurel and Hardy one where they're cleaning a chimney the other day, and that was
yeah.
me laughing. So
Yeah, yeah.
I might go and watch a bit of Three Stooges because I've not watched a lot. We didn't get a lot of Three Stooges in the UK. We did get
Hmm.
Laurel and Hardy, and we did get
Hmm.
Charlie Chaplin, and it's the guy who kept falling over things. Harold. No,
No idea.
no.
No.
Okay. Anyway, but we didn't get Three Stooges, so I might go and watch some Three Stooges stuff.
Yeah, I mean it's watchable. You got to turn your brain off. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of slapstick. Though I did. There are some really great Charlie Chaplin movies.
Yeah.
That just are like, he had a sort of artistic kind of extra level to him. I found that he was not just pure slapstick. It was kind of like there was a little bit more of a message. His Hitler one, his like the one where he's with the blind girl. There was some really kind of
A bit of, and there's some pathos and stuff in there.
yeah, yeah. That was quite
I
brilliant.
mean, I suppose the people who sort of the Marx Brothers were a sort of sophisticated version of the Three Stooges. Uh,
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Bit of artsiness to it too.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, comic fans, that's it for this week. We've had the Three Stooges, Star Wars, all sorts of crazy stuff, and horror movies from Alan. So that's your lot. See you again next week.